Easy people, hope everyone's doing okay. Little video for you this evening, speaking about my own experience and things that have happened to me over the past 8, 9 years that have really changed my life. Now, it was around 9 years ago when I had what I refer to as a eureka moment. When I was sat at home, asking some questions, looking for some answers, and suddenly a feeling of like a light bulb going off is the best way to describe it. I'd come to a realization that the way I was living, the world that I was living in, was not actually the real world. Things begin to change for me at a drastic pace. Suddenly, the things that I'd held important, things that I'd placed a value on, had no meaning anymore. At times it was pretty challenging, because friends around me, even family members, were looking at me a little differently. I was saying things that they'd never heard me say before, perhaps didn't make sense, even sounded a little crazy. But to me, it felt like I'd discovered the biggest secret, like I was living in some kind of slumber. And suddenly I'd been awoken. My eyes were firmly alert to all of the things around me. I was beginning to research into vibrations, to energies and frequencies. I was discovering things about quantum physics that I'd never heard before. And all of these pieces of information were forming a picture. They were joining dots. They were helping me to understand the world in a completely different light. It's been an incredible journey the past 8 years. I'd be a liar if I didn't tell you at times I wish I didn't know some of the things. I didn't see these things and didn't speak about them. But life is a roller coaster. It's ups and downs. And when you come through the down times, I wouldn't change this for the world, because my approach to life now is very different. I was a normal person before that, whatever normal actually means. But I had a sense of I had to get out into the world. I had to see people, explore, see things with my own eyes, meet people, do things, adventure. Even though I was adventurous prior to this and I'd done things also. But the feeling that was within me was so strong that I knew that I just had to do these things more and make it as a conscious effort. And this was what had become valuable to me. As time has progressed over these 7, 8, 9 years, I really have changed many approaches in my life. I was quite materialistic prior to that. I enjoyed having what I would call nice things, logos, watches, jewelry, fresh trainers all the time, these kind of things, very materialistic. But as time has passed, I no longer place an importance on these things. The most important thing to me is experience. It's to enjoy life, see life and meet as many people as you can and try to see where they're coming from. Because where we are, or where I'm from at least in the United Kingdom, I've had a very privileged lifestyle. I don't come from money in the United Kingdom sense, very modest background, but I'm still privileged compared to the vast majority of the rest of the world. But one thing that I've learned when I've been on my travels and I meet these wonderful people is that they find happiness away from the materialistic realm. They find a sense of happiness in life, in being alive, in being in the moment. And these kind of things are really valuable to me now, to make sure that I try and ground myself in the moment, be present. Don't focus too much on moments that have been and gone. Don't focus too far ahead. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't plan and make future plans. But sometimes we can be so busy making future plans that we forget to live now. If the past couple of years have taught us anything, it's that nothing should be taken for granted. That includes life itself. It's promised to nobody. At any given day, it could be our last day. And these are very cliche things to be saying, but they are very, very true. Sometimes we forget that. We think we're going to be here forever. We put off things. My own experience has really brought me into a whole new sense of meaning, of what it means to be alive. My own inner standing tells me that this isn't the end. This is just the beginning when we depart this realm. This realm is a spectacular place, a place where souls come to incarnate, experience, learn, evolve, grow, and then depart. And then we go into the ether, into the eternal. Now, of course, there are some things that I could discuss with you, but we're on YouTube, so you can't quite go into the level of detail that I would like to. But there are many mechanisms that people can partake in to experience different states of consciousness, perhaps even different dimensions, however you interpretate the experience. And again, these things are experiences. And that is what I truly believe we are here to do. Above all else, is to experience the wonder of the realm. Be curious. Be in a curious state in all that you do. Never stop learning, never stop growing. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of things not working out, because when time passes from these moments, you truly see the lessons. And without the lessons, you cannot grow. You cannot evolve. You cannot improve yourself as a person. And that really is what the main agenda is, what the main goal of our existence is all about. When we strip away the physical body, all that's left is the soul, the consciousness. And that is really what we are when we get down to the quantum level of things. All is energy, all is vibration, and all is frequencies. And yet, in this reality that we currently find ourselves in, so much importance is placed on the materialistic, on the physical. This is done through many forms of programming. If you switch on MTV and watch music videos, you will see how they sell to us the idea of a successful life is in what you have, what you own, the finer things. They very rarely sell to us the idea of being present, experiencing life. Because there isn't much money in that for corporations who endorse the musicians to advertise their products. That's why they give them their products for free, so that they can promote them on their social media platforms and we can watch them and wish that we have them. We feel that this is where success comes from. This is what's going to make us happy. And sometimes we get caught up in those things. We always feel like we just need a little bit more and we'll be okay. But we fail to realize that we already have everything that we need. The only thing that is worth having in this life is within. Everything outside of us is an illusion. When we break it down on a quantum physics level, nothing is solid. Everything is atoms and molecules vibrating at a certain frequency that give the perception of a solid. So everything outside of us is illusionary, decoded through our sensory view of the world. But there is a far bigger picture going on at play. A bigger picture that we don't give our attention to. We disconnect from it. You could say it was the overall consciousness of things. How we see how all things are connected, but experienced through our own individuality, our uniqueness. I feel it's good from time to time to just reflect, remind yourself of what is important, what isn't important. What are you doing here? What do you give your attention to, your thoughts? What keeps you up at night? What are you worried about? And when you realize that all of these things are, majority of the time, self-inflicted through our own perception of them, we have the ability to change our perception of things, to realize that they are just illusionary. And everything that you will ever need in this existence is within you already. So I just wanted to come on this evening, guys, and let the conversation flow, share my words with you, how I've come to perceive this existence, this reality, my own value that I place on things, what is important, what isn't important. And if anybody can detract any meaning from it, or it's helpful in any way, then it's a great bonus. So I guess we'll leave this conversation here. Wish all of you a wonderful existence, a blessed day wherever you are. And take care of yourselves. Make sure you're in a good place, not just physically, but internally. Because once you're in a good place internally, you will be in a good place wherever you are. Love and light, everybody. Take care. See you all soon.